What's up YouTube, photographer Ronix from Ronix Photography, and welcome to my YouTube channel. And today I'm going to be retouching this photo. So I've been doing so many videos about retouching, and this is a brand new one. I'm going to be using frequency separation, and this time I'm still going to use the mixture brush. And as you can see, for this specific photo, it was taken using a Canon 6D, and the settings are right here. It was taken at f4 and the shutter speed was 200 of a second, and the ISO was at 400, and it was taken using a 24105 lens Canon at 92mm. So as you can see, this photo, I didn't have enough lighting to take this photo, so I actually took advantage of using the ring light which was in the makeup studio. So as you can see, this photo was just a random one, so you can see they are still kinda preparing her hair, but I love the way it turned out. So what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to start doing the basic adjustments for this photo. So what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to start by pulling down my highlights. Then I come to my whites, I pull them down because I want to regain the contrast and the tones in this portrait. So what I'm going to do right now, I'm going now to come to my highlights still. I pull them to -68. Then I come to my blacks, pull them down. I want to get back my details because it was kind of looking overexposed. So I'll pump up my shadows a little bit to around 19. Then I'll add in some little contrast, 5 will do for this photo, a little clarity, 5, then some little vibrance because I want the image to pop. So as you can see, this image kind of looks soft, it is not really sharp enough, so I'm going to do some little sharpening to it. I'll come here to the details panel and I'll sharpen it. I don't know, it was already sharpened. Okay, I had already edited this image, so I think my camera roll saved some of these settings. So here it is right now, it is sharpened, and yeah, that's it. For the other adjustments, we are going to come back later on. So I'm going to open our image in Photoshop. So, and we are going, first of all, as it is loading, we are going to crop it. Yeah, and usually this is the crop tool, so I prefer cropping it in a ratio of 4:5 or 8:10 because when you're posting it on Instagram, it doesn't get cropped by the Instagram maybe posting system, I should call it. So I'm going to crop it. I crop out the ring light, and I want to get rid of this other arm in the background, so I'll hold it completely. Yeah, I think this will do. So I'll align it so that I can get this frame correct. So I click enter on the keyboard. So usually when I'm going to retouch, I prefer my image being in 16 bits channel. So I'll come image mode, then I select 16 bits channel. So as you can see, I'm going to start retouching this specific photo. So I'll start by duplicating our background, clicking Ctrl J on your keyboard, or just drag and drop here. So you'll have made a copy. So I come and select my patch tool, or it is usually grouped with this one, but I prefer to put mine right here. So this is my patch tool. I'm going to start by removing these little flyaway hairs and maybe those little blemishes in the model's skin. So let me start by clearing these out before we do our frequency separation. And when we are doing our frequency separation, we are going to be using a mixture brush tool in Photoshop. So, and this, as you're going to see, has so many advantages. So I'm sorry if I'm doing this so quickly, and if at all I'm talking at a very fast speed, because this is going to be a quick tutorial. So right now we are removing the blemishes from the model skin, but I don't want to forward anything because I want you guys to really see how we are doing this. Sorry, I selected something too big for. So you can see we are removing the fly away hairs that crossed over to the skin of the model. So you can see we remove that too. So we have some imperfection here. I'll remove that. So as you can see, right now we are getting done, and I can say this model had really a perfect skin, and I did not have very complicated equipment for this specific shoot because something happened. I had left my bag up country, and yeah, it contained everything. Like I had some shoot up country, and yeah, I kind of messed up everything, but later on I managed to get my equipment. So we are going to leave this is like a beauty spot on the model's face. So you can see we are done removing this. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to play our frequency separation action. So if you don't have it, check out my previous videos. You'll definitely find the link to our frequency separation action. So I'm going to play this action. I click continue. So I prefer my radius being at 10 for such photos because I want to keep enough detail in this photo. So I'll click continue, and yeah, it's done. So I'll click my lower frequency layer, and I'm going to come right here, or if you don't have this, just right click, you look for whatever you need, the brush. So I'm going to use the mixture brush tool, and this is mine. I make sure it is cleaned and this is unchecked. My wetness is at 10, the load is at 75, the mix at 90%, and the flow at 100%. Make sure sample all layers is not checked. So you're going to start mixing, and when you're mixing, make sure you remain within the limits of the skin tones of the model. You don't want to cross from the highlights to the shadows because it is going to create some little imperfections in the model skin. So I'm going to start mixing the skin of the model. So right now what this does, it kind of flattens, yeah, it flattens those little imperfections on the skin, and it leaves the details. You can see before after. So far it is really subtle, and it is not too much when we are doing this. So yeah, we mix because we had some patch here on the forehead of the model. So yeah, we mix. You can see the difference, guys, before, after. Yeah, so we come right down here. And the other thing, when you're mixing, I forgot to tell you this, make sure you're not totally zoomed in like I was doing before. That is one mistake guys do when they are doing frequency separation, because you have to mix the skin when the image is in the shape or the size people are going to be looking at it, because you wouldn't want to keep on mixing while you're messing up the whole image, because people are going to be looking at it and they'll be like, what was this guy doing? And yeah, it won't look appealing, or yeah, it won't look amazing to the people who are going to be looking at this photo. So make sure you're not totally zoomed in as you're trying to flatten or mix the skin tones. So yeah, when you're using a mixture brush, I should say this, and make sure you don't cross over from the highlights to the shadows. Make sure you remain within the borders of the areas you're trying to mix. So Right now we are kind of harmonizing. Yeah, we are harmonizing the skin tones. So you see this highlight, I'm just going to remain right in the middle. I don't want to cross over. You can see before, after. So it really has to be subtle enough. You don't have to overdo it, because we want natural results at the end of the day. So here we are right now. We are doing our frequency separation, and we're using the mixture brush tool, and the image is also going to remain natural enough. So we come right here, we mix this area, so you can see the difference, guys. So before, after. So if at all you still have some little imperfections, you can just come back and mix that area so that you can get the finest results from the image. So, and I'm sorry, this model really doesn't, you may be looking at the photo and it is kind of looking a little plastic, but as you saw how we started editing, the model didn't have so many imperfections, and she didn't have those exposed skin pores. So yeah, so that's why the photo is looking the way it is right now. So we keep on mixing. You can see we mix the neck area. So yeah, I think this so far is really good enough. So you can see now before, after. So what I'm going to do right now, we have some little imperfection here. So what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to start doing, we have something here. After doing our frequency separation, I'm going to start doing, I'll close this. I'm going to start doing our dodging and burning. So when you're doing your dodging and burning, so for this case we're going to use our curves. Come to adjustment layer, then select curves. So we're going to start by dodging. When you're dodging, you dodge the highlights and make sure this is selected. Yeah, click Ctrl I on your keyboard, we invert that. So we're going to come and name this dodge, and I'm going to come back to my curves still, but this time I'm going to darken. So make sure this is selected and Ctrl I on your keyboard, then you name this burn. So when we are burning, we burn the shadows. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to select all these two. So then I'm going to put them in a group, clicking Ctrl G on your keyboard. So I'm going to select this group and select the burn. So what I'm going to do, the secret here is when you have to create a black and white inside the group, because this kind of guides us when we are doing our dodging and burning. So I'm going to pull this all the way down. Yeah, you can see after pulling it all the way down, I'm going to pull my yellows up a little. So I'm going to come right here on the dodge layer, select, make sure white is on top because you're going to be painting using a white brush. So come and select your brush, make sure the opacity is at 100 and your flow when you're dodging is at around 13%. So we are dodging the highlights right now. So I just come, I start painting over the highlight, and I may overdo this because I'm going to overdo this because I want each and everything to be seen by you guys. So I'm going to still dodge here too. So, and now I'm going to come to my burn layer and make sure my flow is at 100%. No, my flow is at 9 when I'm burning. So I get my brush, I burn there because then I come below her chin. I burn on the nose area, I burn there too. I burn. Yeah, I continue burning there, below there, so you can see a difference it's making. Let me turn off my black and white layer so you can see before, after, before, after. You can see the difference it has made this photo. So I'm going to right now, I'm going to delete the black and white, and I'm going to create a layer, a visible layer on top of all this we have done by pressing Shift Ctrl Alt E on the keyboard, and I'm going to click Ctrl J to duplicate. Then I'll come to my camera raw filter. So when I come to my camera raw filter, I'm going to start now whitening the eyes of our model. So I click on my brush, make sure the temperature is at -30 and the tint is at +45, the highlights are 8 and the whites are +5, and make sure that the saturation is all the way down. So I'm going to start painting over the eye area to remove this color. So yeah, I'm going to start whitening the eye area so you can see the difference it is making right now to this photo. So yeah, you can see how far we have come with this photo. So I click OK. So right now I'm going to color grade this image somehow. So I'll just come to my gradient maps, then I select this gold tool because I prefer a golden tool to this photo. Come to the blending options, then click soft light, then I reduce the opacity to what I really like or love. So this is how far we have come with this photo. So if at all you have learned something, remember to drop a comment in the comment section, and don't forget to hit the like button so that you can motivate us to keep on creating more videos. So I'm going to put all these in a group, clicking Ctrl G, then I show you guys the before, after, before, after. So if at all you have learned something from this video, remember to subscribe to this channel and don't forget to hit the notifications bell so that you can be updated every time we post a new video. I'm Ronix from Ronix Photography. Thank you for watching.